Henry Clayton was 19 at the trial, 18 when I watched him kill my parents. A white boy with small bones, skin paler than milk, and a black swastika imprinted below his right ear. I was 9 at the trial and couldn't imagine how to describe what I had seen. In his opening statement to the jury, the prosecutor used words like horrific, tragic, and sickening. He said I was a hero, a victim, a lost child, an orphan. Then the prosecutor aimed his finger at Henry Clayton and called him an animal. The defense attorney hunched inside his wrinkled suit and appeared more interested in his crossword puzzle than his client. He remained seated for his opening statement. Told the jury I was 8 at the time of the murders, an emotionally lost boy, and referred to my parents' murders as the incident, the event, the crime charged. He said I was mistaken. I took the witness stand and, imitating the prosecutor, pointed at Henry Clayton. The turtleneck he wore in the steaming courtroom couldn't hide the swastika on his neck from the jury, or from my memory. "He's the one I saw," I said, and trembled at the way Henry Clayton looked back at me. Not in a threatening way I had expected or was warned about by the prosecutor, and not with hatred contorting his face, as I had witnessed from under the table. In his defendant's chair, he presented a tranquility I could not fathom, his eyes wet, showing pity not for himself, but for me. My testimony tripped over his display. "Richard, I am sorry," the prosecutor said. He smiled as if he enjoyed the moment and didn't sound sorry at all. "You have to tell the jury precisely what you saw." I cried so hard my mouth could barely form the words, and the court reporter asked me over and over to slow down, to repeat myself so she could make her record. While the jury deliberated, I overheard the prosecutor tell his assistants how wonderful a show it was for me to fall apart the way I did in open court. Henry Clayton never testified. Neither family nor friends appeared on his behalf. A defense psychologist had little to report other than to say that what goes on in Clayton's mind and the society he keeps to himself. My observations differed somewhat from the psychologist's. It was as though Henry Clayton didn't care to be present in any form, that the trial itself was irrelevant, a place to exhibit his pity for me and mull over other plans. 16 years after the murders, I think about what happened that night, how I hid beneath the dining room table, the tablecloth draped low to the floor.